Hello guys, welcome back. Today we are starting a new game of Prison Architect. I really enjoy playing this game. It is one of the more fun building simulation management games I think I've ever really played. So if we're gonna get right into it and set up our prison here, we're gonna start out. Of course we're gonna start large. We want to just make sure that if nothing else, we can go as big as we want. Alright, we definitely want fog of war. We'll generate forests. Not going to generate lakes or buildings. We're definitely going to have failure conditions. Gangs. Sure, why not? Events. Add extra challenge. Weather and temperature, yes. Staff needs. Of course. Enables more escape options for prisoners. They will now attempt to climb over your walls when trying to escape. Why not? We'll leave. We'll turn on events. What have we got to lose, really? It's large. Let's see. Our warden. He does his job. Nothing else. People just call him the warden. Meh. Prisoners are suppressed. That's a good one. Guard dogs have 50% chance. I actually like this one. You get some money for every piece of contraband that you collect, and prisoners are fined, so it actually helps out with the money. That's what I'm gonna try. I'm going to do a male prison. I was thinking about doing female. But no, I think I'm going to do a male prison. Alright guys, here we go. Let's get started. Let's figure out exactly what we are going to want to do. I'm going to pause this for right now while we attempt to plan out our prison. So I think what I want to start out by doing, I'm going to try and segregate it to have minimum, medium, maximum, and maybe some what are they called? Isolated prisoners. Not isolated, I can't think of the name right now. But yeah, that's what we're gonna attempt to do up there. For right now, I am just gonna close off this while we start our building process. So we're going to start out with the minimum. We are going to go to materials and build a road. Well, should we start out with that? Right up here, we built a road, came into our reception. From reception, we can have some visitors. Our offices are going to be down in the middle. Yeah. Let's just see, we're going to do brick wall, building. Oh, I really should have thought this out a little better before I started, but that's alright. Let's just get going and see where we go. So, let's do a 2-meter wide road, just like that. Starting right there, we are going to do a perimeter wall as well. Because the idea here is to try and help to keep it from being escapable. Alright, so we're going to start that out right now. Let our workers come in. They will start working on this. I'm going to get a brick wall foundation built. Oh, no. That's just a wall. Brick building foundation. There we go. Let's just do it about like this for now. We can always adjust as needed. Objects, we're going to want large jail doors. One right there, one right there. Now the idea here is to create kind of a vacuum chamber so that it's tougher for people to escape from. Now, I'm going to do some deliveries. A delivery section right up here, just so that everything doesn't have to go quite so far down, make it easier on our workers. And we're going to speed this up a bit so that they can get building. So we're also going to need a generator, but first of all, I want to go back to this perimeter wall, and I know perimeter walls are expensive. We don't have a whole lot of money, so we're going to just hold off on that for right now. I am going to build another little foundation. Well, we've got the quick build option, and I do like this to start out with. So if we were to drop this right about there, we have insufficient funds, so that's not going to work. Okay. Materials. I think we might have messed up by putting in this perimeter wall already. I underestimated how much money, but that's okay. We can hopefully recover. Objects. Utilities is what I want. We are going to need a power station right there, and a water pump right there. Okay. Let's get these guys to work building. I think to start out with, I'm going to just have a holding cell. It's going to be awfully tiny to begin with, till we can get some cash flow going. And this is okay. Whew, there goes everything. Alright, utilities are in. Let's get some electrical cable running here and here. Alright, now that the electrical cable is installed, now we've got to work on getting us our reception area as well as a little holding cell. So hopefully everything can be all contained within this one little building for right now. Let's get back to building. So let's see here. I am going to, we've got to get cable down to the water pump as well. So right off of here, down, let them build that. That's $50. That's understandable. That we can do. I also want right in here, materials, a road. And then a little foundation with brick. This is where my offices are going to start out with for right now, for my warden and all that, so I can start unlocking things. So now, we've got to get a reception room set up. So as you can see, it needs to have an office desk, a table, and a chair. So let's get these items placed. I think I'm going to want to block this in as well with some walls. Just like that. Our first little holding cell is going to come right up top here. This is going to be our little holding cell. So for that, we are going to need a jail door right there. And let's go ahead and make this our holding cell. So for that, we now need a toilet and a bench. Objects might help if I want to. So we're going to put 2 toilets in. With a couple benches along the back. And because we may not have any other cells, a place for prisoners to sleep. Just like that. That way, we should be able to get some prisoners in. I also want to have a shower spot for the prisoners. Actually, you know what? I might do that a little differently. I'll think about this for right now. You know what? Here, this is what we're gonna do for the shower. Go right there, put another brick wall in. Nice small shower area. So for the showers, they obviously need shower heads. And we're also going to need a drain. If not, it is just going to flood everything. So we'll just put it right there. This can fill up. That's fine. Now we are going to need a kitchen. Which can go right there. In which we need a cooker, a fridge, and a sink. So, we've got a cooker right there, a fridge right there, and a sink right there. So I could have actually made this quite a bit smaller, but that's okay. And this is going to be a staff door. We're going to put another brick wall right in here. And this is going to be our canteen. So for that, we need a serving table, a table, and a bench. So let's go in here and let's go a serving table. Right down here, like such. And then we will do 2 tables, 2 benches. I'm going to do one more staff door right here so that only our workers can get in, and also a staff door. No, we're just going to have this a door. There we go. There is the basis of our minimum security prison. We need to hook this up to power, as well as we need some water pipes coming in here, which we will go like this, and like this, and then we'll do some small pipes. To the toilets. Alright, and now let's speed this up to get this all built. Before we do that, I am going to go and design the offices right down here. Alright guys, so we've got our first office, which is where our warden will go. We're building up all this. I'm going to put it on faster, and I'm also going to set my intake for... Ooh, not yet. Once everything's built, then we'll set our intake up. There's a strain on our power generation, so I also want to do at least 3 capacitors. Okay. Let's let everything get built up. Got a power outage already, and yes, we need those capacitors before we're able to run everything. There we go. Let's turn it on. Good. Let's let it get built up now. So it looks like everything is done getting built. The workers are done scurrying along. We are just about ready now for our first prisoner intake. Now, before we do that, we are going to have to hire a guard. And a cook. We've got 305 left, so let's go to here. We only want some minimum security prisoners, and we'll fill it to capacity. And let's go ahead until we are ready to bring in some prisoners. Alright guys, here we go. We've made it through night number 1 in the prison without any actual prisoners. Everything was just kind of on standstill, but we are 14 minutes away from our first intake. Now I've got it set for only minimum as of right now. We can fill up to 12 as we've got room with the bunk beds for 12 prisoners. There's only going to be 2 coming in 7 minutes time. And that's right, for our first little intake, we'll meet our new inmates and go from there. Here we go, coming in hot. There's 8 more prisoners arriving tomorrow, so tomorrow is definitely going to be a busier day. Our cash flow has now gone up, which is good. We've only got 2 prisoners, so 1 guard should definitely be enough. Here's the delivery of prisoner uniforms. And here comes the prisoners. As you can see now, these doors are working. There's prisoner uniforms in there, so everything's ready to go. Everything should be ready to stack. Let's see, we've got... What do we have here? John Shoplin. Biography, sentenced to 6 years for multiple crimes, including indie video game piracy and video game piracy. He's got 1 family member, a mother of 53. He has served 1.7 years of a 6-year sentence. As you can see here, he served his 5 years for perjury that he pled guilty to. He had 3 years for perjury that he served, and he has also served 5 years for perjury. He's got 6 more years left on these convictions. Check out his character. Nothing. Experience. Nothing. Grading will be nothing as of yet. Alright, and our next prisoner is Andrew Comptona Green. Biography, after years of service in a local failing restaurant. His manager criticized him rather harshly for a minor mistake. Andrew flipped and went postal, murdering his manager. The worst thing was he used the wrong color knife. Sentenced to 2 years for video game piracy. Say what? He murdered his manager, but he's only got 2 years for video game piracy.
Nope.
Alright, so as you can see, he has served 1 of 2 years. He's already served for video game piracy here. Okay, well, I mean, apparently the murder is nothing. Okay. Well, you can see here our guard has brought in our first prisoner, Andrew Green. He is searching him, making sure he's got no contraband as he comes into the prison and will be put in the holding cell. He will then come back out and get John. Bring him in as well. We're slowly getting up. I think after our next intake, we will have to hire at least 1 more guard and also a warden. Anyways, guys, I think this is where I am going to cut out on this episode here. We've got our first intake of prisoners. Thank you for stopping by. Please be sure to like this video if you thought it was entertaining. Comment on it. Let me know if you got any suggestions, any things you'd like to see me do. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on that notification so that you find out when there's new content coming out. Alright guys, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you on the next one.